My real connection with CHIC officially came in 1988 when I was asked to basically produce the worship services. You don't produce worship, but to be a part of the putting together of worship. And so that's where we introduced a lot of the technological changes and things, hopefully so that everybody could hear, everybody could see, everybody could be a part of the whole thing. So we found ourselves doing what we called then David Letterman tricks, where you know, Bob would make a special entrance in some way.
It only takes a spark. Interesting thing happened between 88 and 91, 94. We really moved from 88 brought us technologically into the modern age. 91 though, we began to use that technology to really worship together.
CHIC 91! Yeah!
94 is still a highlight for me when I think of my involvement, and especially being on the main stage. I remember the final night we had an extended time of singing and worship together. And at the end of that, after the final prayers, we kicked into Where Justice Rolls Down, and the kids went, of course, nuts. And it was they sang just 100% of them, just singing at the top of their lungs. And it was just that sweet moment when it was done of look what we've created together here. And look how blessed we have been to have God right here with us during this time. And I remember looking over at Michael Pierce Donnelly, who was playing piano with me that year, and I looked over at him, and he looked at me, and you could just tell that, what a moment. And I said to him later, I said, you know, if this was the reason, this moment at CHIC was the reason that God allowed me to be a part of this since 1972, that would be great. You know, if this was the reason that He called me into this work of being in these kinds of places on stages, it would be well worth it.
Every evening there was a speaker, obviously, and music and good worship and things like that. And I remember, and I don't even remember what year it was. It was sometime in the 90s. A speaker said, anybody who wants to meet Jesus for the first time, I want you to come forward. We want to pray with you. We want you to have a real living encounter with Jesus. And students were coming from all over the place. In fact, there were so many students coming that there were kids waiting around for somebody to talk to. And I remember watching the president of the covenant, with that time Dr. Larson. I saw him come down, and he knelt down beside a young man who had piercings everywhere, and my guess is he probably even had tattoos, you know, all of them, but he looked like about the opposite of Dr. Larson that you could ever imagine. And Paul put his arm around this young man and prayed with him, and I thought, this is why we're here. This is why we have had all those sleepless nights and all these months of preparation and went through all the hassle to make this happen, so that a young man like that could find Jesus.
I would like to say thank you to my Covenant brothers and sisters around the country who have allowed me to be a part of this this great event now for over 30 years. This has just been I cannot tell you the blessing that it's been for me in my life. I don't even know, you know, Rick, I look back on what I've done and the work that I'm in now. I don't think, I wouldn't be here. I'm sure of that if I had not had the opportunity to be involved at CHIC, especially when I think that I was allowed to start that at such a young age. I mean, it's crazy that I should have been given the kind of responsibility that I was. I'm grateful for every moment and every memory. Thank you so much.
I think of a lot of you as leaders of our denomination right now. A lot of you were impacted as a young person by CHIC. And now you've been called into a special leadership role, and there you serve. And we want to thank you for continuing the legacy through your service. But also, you know what CHIC is all about from firsthand experience. And I don't know of anything better that becomes a blessing to the rest of our denominational family.
We've got to say thank you to all those who have served as counselors and bus drivers and have raised money and have made sure that their students could have a great experience. For those who have been behind the scenes, those who have been in front of the scenes, wherever they have served throughout the years, God has blessed because of those sacrifices.
Yeah.
So as a denomination, let's pray for our students this week and make sure that they are covered in prayer and in every way, and just expect that God is going to do great things.